if you had the ability for, let's say, somebody like Melinda Gates from the Gates Foundation, she's listening to you, Melinda. Just listen to this. If you had somebody like Melinda Gates or somebody else out there that says, Professor, I'm going to open up the checkbook. I'm going to let you do what you want to do and take it wherever you want to take it because this is great technology. What does
Yeah.
that world look like? What could you do where you had funds to really go beyond where you are today?
Oh my God. That would be amazing. First of all, I would go ahead and hire a lot more women because one of the major things that I love doing is being an advocate for women. So typically there's about 18 to 20% women in computer science. But if you come to my lab, I have 50 to 60% women
That's awesome.
because I recruit more women and I can be a role model for them. They can look at me and say, if she can do it, I can do it too.
That's awesome.
So that is one thing I would love to do. Number two is I would love to make these robots less expensive. Currently, I'm only focusing on developing apps. I have a little bit of resources I'm pouring into developing designing a robot that is less than $10,000. So I don't want to keep designing technology for the affluent people.
Okay.
I want to be able to make it affordable. So anybody should be able to afford it. Anybody living at home should be able to have a robot. That's where I want to see this technology go. That's where I would put some of the money in or some money into developing a robot that is less expensive and affordable and still has the same features as the ones that we are using currently.
All right. So if Melinda Gates or anybody else out there that's got that kind of pocketbook funding organization, nonprofit, or even for profit organization, heck, somebody like Apple and Tim Cook could fund this, like the Google, they're into this type of technologies as well. They could fund this. So if anybody at those organizations loves this type of work, wants to see it be in somebody's home, heck, I would love an iRobot that can cook just like in Will Smith's movie, if that's possible. Or even I've been through this as well from being a caretaker, my mother-in-law and several other folks. And, it's very intensive when you have an older loved one. And there's a lot of folks today that, like you said, 10K, you ain't got that. You ain't got that kind of cash laying around. You can't throw that around. And if it were to be more affordable, where it's within reach of more of the average person to help
Mhm.
facilitate it would turn people's lives around from a personal level. And I would imagine from a business level, being that kind of helper or assistant that can do, like you said, those yoga that lead the yoga activities, tell jokes to patients, bring the morale of patients. Also, I think you had mentioned it during our conversation a couple of weeks ago, it can help slow down the effects of the memory loss. And I'd love for you to talk about that because I know you said you're working on the data for it. You're trying to get concrete numbers around that, but it can also have a tangible effect on the actual degeneration of the disease.
Yes, there are so many new things that I'm working on that I cannot really share right now, but these new things are going to take medicine in a new direction.
Awesome.
We are going to be able to diagnose. We are going to be able to offer so much more help and therapy that you cannot imagine. And these things are coming up. If I had additional funding, instead of sitting every night, I'm working until like midnight every day writing grants.
Oof.
I feel like that's all I do. I should call myself a grant writer. But if I had those resources, then I can pour my time into developing more of those things. But we have some really big things coming up very soon that are going to help not only people who have been recently diagnosed with dementia, but people who are in their advanced stages. So most of the research that is being done is for early to middle stages.
Okay.
But what I'm working on currently, the new things that I'm working on are for advanced stage dementia.
Wow.
So that the purpose is to slow down the decline and not, yeah, of course, we cannot reverse it. It's not possible. But if we can slow down the decline by using technology, and we can do it, that's the biggest thing. We can do it. It's technology can be used for that. And so I think that if we can do it, that will be amazing.
It changed the world.
It'll change the world. Yes.